My beloved child, listen closely, because what I'm about to reveal will make your heart stop for a second. Something huge is waiting for you. And the truth you're about to hear has been hiding behind silent glances, unspoken reactions, and thoughts they never dared to confess. There is someone, yes, that one person you think about, who loves you far more deeply than they ever expressed, but there is a serious problem they are silently fighting. Your appearance triggers something inside them they cannot control. Not because you are flawed, but because you remind them of a version of themselves they ran away from long ago. They have been wrestling with emotions they never understood, torn between love that pulls them close and insecurity that pushes them away. This is not about beauty. This is not about perfection. This is about a wound inside them that your presence awakens. And today, that secret is breaking open, because destiny refuses to let it stay hidden any longer. Amen. Blessing 111. But wait, here is the twist they never expected. Your appearance does not disturb them because something is wrong with you. No. It disturbs them because your face, your style, your aura, your energy, it looks like the version of love they never believed they deserved. They look at you and see the softness they lost, the gentleness they pushed away, the purity of heart they no longer feel. Every time they see you smile, something inside them trembles. Every time you turn your head, something inside them panics. They avoid looking too long because the truth becomes too loud. You make them feel seen. And that scares them more than anything. Their problem is not your appearance. Their problem is the mirror you unknowingly hold up to them. And this mirror is forcing them to face their buried guilt, their unresolved past, and the love they are terrified to accept. Something huge is waiting for you, because this person is reaching a breaking point. Their heart is collapsing under a weight they cannot carry anymore. Amen. Blessing 222. And now comes the part almost no one knows. Recently, this person stood in front of a mirror thinking about you. They whispered your name under their breath, trying to understand why seeing you makes their chest feel heavy. They thought it was discomfort, but destiny is revealing that it is recognition. Your appearance triggers memories of someone from their childhood, someone they lost, someone who once held their heart with the same innocence you do now. It is not dislike, it is emotional overload. They love you, but the intensity of what you resemble shakes them to the core. And the universe is now pushing them into a corner where they have no choice but to confront the truth. They cannot stay away from you anymore. This pressure is building, this realization is awakening, and very soon. Something once in a lifetime is about to happen. They are about to confess something they never planned to say, something that will change your story forever. Keep watching. Don't blink. The next moment might hold the revelation you've been waiting for. Amen. Blessing 333. My radiant soul, the moment you stepped into their life, something inside them cracked open, but they hid it behind forced smiles and controlled expressions. Something huge is waiting for you. They never told you this, but whenever you walk into a room, their breath changes. Their heartbeat stumbles. Their mind rushes back to a memory they've spent years trying to forget. You don't just remind them of someone. They once loved someone who carried the same softness, the same glow, the same quiet strength that you carry effortlessly. And this resemblance, it terrifies them. Not because they dislike it, but because the last time they loved someone with this kind of purity, they lost them. To distance. To time. To fate. And deep down, they fear losing you the same way. This is why they act strange around you. This is why their eyes hesitate. This is why their words sometimes freeze halfway. They're not judging your appearance. They're afraid of how much your presence shakes their soul. Amen. Blessing 444. But here is the truth destiny has been screaming at them, truth they cannot escape anymore. They have tried everything to detach emotionally from you, but the universe keeps pulling them back toward you with unnatural force. They tried to convince themselves that it's better to stay distant. They tried to distract their heart with other people, other choices, other paths. But nothing works. Every morning when they wake up, your face shows up in their mind before anything else. And every night before sleep takes them, your voice echoes in their memory like a soft storm. They love you. And it's becoming impossible to hide. But the battle inside them is real. Your appearance reflects something sacred, something innocent, something they fear they will break if they get too close. It's not you who scares them. It's their fear of not being good enough for you. And destiny is now closing every exit they once used to run away. This connection is becoming unavoidable. Amen. Blessing 555. Now listen closely, because this part will shock even the deepest corner of your heart. In the past week, they spoke about you to someone they trust. Their voice shook. Their hands trembled. They said, "I don't know what's happening to me. Whenever I see them, I feel something I can't handle. Their appearance hits something inside me, like I've known them from another life." They are reaching the point where silence is no longer an option. The pressure inside them is rising, the emotions are overflowing, and the universe is preparing a moment, unexpected, sudden, powerful, where they will finally reveal what they truly feel. And when that moment comes, it will rewrite the meaning of your story forever. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is already moving toward you faster than you think. Amen. Blessing 666. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you, and this part will shake the deepest layers of your soul. Because today, destiny wants you to know the real reason this person struggles with your appearance. It's not discomfort. It's not dislike. It's fear mixed with uncontrollable longing. When they look at you, their heart behaves in ways they cannot explain. Their chest tightens, their thoughts scatter, and a wave of emotions they buried years ago rushes to the surface. You awaken a part of them they believed was dead. A part that trusted. A part that loved without fear. A part that believed in connection without conditions. And your face, your expressions, your gestures, they pull this hidden version of them back to life. They are scared not of you, but of the intensity you activate inside them. This intensity is something they've never felt so strongly before. Amen. Blessing 777. But here comes the revelation they have never told anyone, not even themselves fully. Your appearance triggers memories of a person who once protected them, guided them, and loved them unconditionally. Someone they lost far too early. Someone whose absence left a wound so deep it shaped the way they look at relationships. When they look at you, they don't just see a person, they see healing they don't feel worthy of. They see safety they don't know how to accept. They see a future their past convinced them they cannot have. And this scares them more than heartbreak ever did. They fear you will see their vulnerable side. They fear you will see their brokenness. They fear you will see how deeply they love you, and how powerless that love makes them. Every time you smile, something inside them melts. Every time you speak, something inside them shifts. And every time you simply exist near them, they feel their soul waking up in ways they cannot stop. Amen. Blessing 888. But destiny wants you to know the twist, the life-changing truth you never expected. This fear, this hesitation, this emotional chaos, it's reaching its breaking point. They cannot hold it in anymore. Recently, when they were alone, they whispered your name and felt a sudden pull, like the universe was pushing them toward you. They looked at their reflection and realized the truth they've been running from: they love you more than the fear they carry. And the problem they once thought was about your appearance is transforming into the realization that your appearance is exactly what their soul has been searching for. You remind them of love. You remind them of home. You remind them of everything they lost, and everything they could still have. This transformation is speeding up. The moment when they finally gather the courage to reach out is closer than you think. Their silence is cracking. Their heart is overflowing. And very soon, the confession you never imagined will appear in front of you like destiny itself knocking at your door. Amen. Blessing 999. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you, and this moment marks the turning point in their heart, the moment where everything they tried to hide is breaking through the walls they built. They have reached a stage where your appearance no longer scares them, it haunts them in the most beautiful and terrifying way. Because now, whenever they see you, their soul reacts before their mind can control it. They don't just look at you anymore, they feel you. Deeply. Intensely. Unavoidably. And this feeling has become so powerful that they recently caught themselves staring into empty space, imagining what life with you would look like. They tried to suppress it, but the truth keeps rising: you are becoming impossible for them to forget. Amen. Blessing 1111. And now destiny is pulling them into a moment of awakening. Listen closely. Your appearance, the same one they once misunderstood, is now the very thing drawing them closer. They are realizing that the discomfort they felt wasn't judgment, it was recognition. A soul-level recognition they were not prepared for. They confessed silently to themselves that loving you feels like standing in front of something too pure for their damaged heart to touch. But the more they try to run, the more the universe drags them back into your orbit. They are telling themselves, if this connection is real, if destiny keeps showing signs, I can't stay silent forever. And right here, remind your audience. Share your thoughts, let your heart speak in the comments, and stay connected to this journey like you're part of it, because what unfolds next will hit deeper than anything before. Amen. Blessing 1212. This person, who once struggled so painfully with your appearance, recently admitted to someone close that they cannot escape the truth anymore. You make them feel alive in a way they thought they'd never feel again. And this realization is changing their entire behavior. They are watching you more softly now. They are noticing details they ignored before. They are feeling jealousy without understanding why. They are imagining a future that frightens them, because they want it more than anything. And the universe is preparing a moment, a sudden, emotional, breath-stealing moment, where they will reach out, not because they're ready, but because their heart can't take the silence anymore. Tell the audience to stay until the next part, to subscribe so they don't miss the next drop of destiny, and to share this message with someone whose heart needs awakening. Something huge is moving toward you, and destiny is already counting the seconds. Amen. Blessing 13:13. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you, and in this part the veil finally tears open, revealing the truth even they never admitted to themselves. This person who once struggled with your appearance isn't struggling anymore, they're surrendering. Because now, when they look at you, their heart doesn't freeze the way it used to. Instead, it races. Their pulse jumps. Their emotions overflow so violently that they have started avoiding mirrors, not because of you, but because of what they see in themselves whenever they think of you. They see a person falling deeper and deeper, a person losing control, a person whose soul has chosen you even while their mind fights it. They tried resisting. They tried distracting themselves. They tried pretending the intensity didn't exist. But destiny is louder now. And your presence has become the one thing they cannot escape, no matter how hard they try. Amen. Blessing 14:14. But here comes the twist destiny has been preparing, and this truth will shake the entire foundation of your story. They recently realized that the real problem was never your appearance, it was their fear of being seen. You look at them with eyes that feel too honest. Your expressions feel too genuine. Your presence feels too warm. And for someone who has spent years hiding their wounds, this is terrifying. You don't just remind them of someone, they once broke the heart of a person who resembled you, and losing them left a scar they still carry. When they see you, that scar burns. Not because you remind them of pain, but because you remind them of the love they failed to protect. Now they fear making the same mistake with you. That fear has wrapped itself around their emotions, pulling them into a storm they can no longer control. And inside that storm, one truth keeps screaming: they love you more than their fear of repeating the past. Amen. Blessing 15:15. But listen carefully, because the next step they're about to take is life-changing. In the last few days, their behavior has shifted in ways even they can't explain. They linger longer when you speak. Their eyes soften when you walk by. Their heart aches in ways that make them restless at night. And destiny has now pushed them into a corner where a decision must be made. They can no longer keep this hidden. They can no longer pretend your appearance unsettles them, because now, your appearance anchors them. Your face calms their storms. Your presence heals their old wounds. And the universe has started aligning moments where they will either confess their feelings, or destiny will pull the truth out of them in a way neither of you expects. A once-in-a-lifetime revelation is coming, and when it arrives, nothing about your connection will ever be the same again. Amen. Blessing 16:16. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you, and in this moment the universe is revealing the emotion they've been drowning in silently: desperation. Yes. Desperation that comes from loving you so deeply that your very presence unsettles everything they thought they had under control. They once believed they could hide their reactions behind a calm face, but now their emotions betray them every time they see you. Their breath changes. Their heartbeat stumbles. Their eyes soften before they can stop themselves. And the truth they buried, the truth they fought with every part of their mind, is now rising like a storm inside them. Your appearance doesn't make them uncomfortable, it makes them vulnerable. Vulnerable in a way they haven't been in years. Vulnerable in a way that terrifies them because they know, vulnerability leads to love, and love leads to surrender. Amen. Blessing 1717. But this isn't the end, this is where destiny delivers the twist they've been denying. Every time they look at you, they see pieces of themselves they lost. They see softness. They see hope. They see a future they never thought they deserved. And this is the real reason they struggled with your appearance. It wasn't about looks, it wasn't about style, it wasn't about perfection. It was about the overwhelming familiarity of your soul. You resemble the dream they once let go of. You resemble the version of love they believed wasn't meant for them. And now, as they stand in silence, fighting their emotions, they are realizing something earth-shattering. Your appearance feels like home. The same home they've been searching for in all the wrong people, all the wrong places, all the wrong moments. This realization is cracking their defenses, breaking their excuses, and pulling them toward you like gravity they cannot fight. Amen. Blessing 1818. But destiny isn't done yet, because what happens next will shift everything. They have started rehearsing conversations with you in their mind. Practicing confessions they never thought they'd say out loud. Imagining moments where they finally let go of fear and allow themselves to be seen, truly seen, by you. They are trembling because they know the universe is closing in on them, guiding them toward a point where silence will no longer protect them. A moment is approaching faster than they expect, a moment where their feelings will spill out either by choice or by emotional overflow. And when that moment arrives, it will feel like the entire world pauses just to breathe around your connection. They aren't just falling for you. They are falling into you. Into your presence. Into your essence. Into a destiny they tried so hard to avoid but can no longer escape. Something huge is coming, and your story is about to transform in a way neither of you imagined. Amen. Blessing 1919. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you, and this part exposes the hidden moment that pushed them past the point of no return. A few days ago, they saw you, maybe unexpectedly, maybe just for a second. And something inside them collapsed. Not from fear, but from longing so intense it nearly startled them. Their eyes froze on you longer than they intended. Their heartbeat jumped into their throat. And for the first time, instead of fighting the reaction, they felt it fully. They realized they are no longer in control of their emotions, you are. Not because you tried, not because you forced anything, but because your appearance, your presence, your energy awakens a softness inside them they thought life had stolen forever. That look you carry, the way you move, the way you exist, it disarms them. It melts their defenses. It forces them to face a truth they can no longer outrun. They love you more intensely than they ever meant to. Amen. Blessing 2020. But destiny wants you to hear what happened next. Because this is where the real twist comes. After that moment, they spent an entire night unable to sleep. They lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying every single detail of your presence. The shape of your eyes, the gentleness in your expression, the innocence in your aura, everything about your appearance hit them like a wave of déjà vu. They felt as though they had known you long before this lifetime. And this feeling terrified them, because it meant the discomfort they once blamed on your appearance was actually their soul recognizing its match. They realized the truth that shook them to their core: your appearance doesn't trigger fear, it triggers destiny. It forces their hidden emotions to rise, their old wounds to surface, and their heart to confess what their mind tried to silence. Now they are caught between two powerful forces, fear and fate is winning. Amen. Blessing 21:21. And now comes the revelation that will shift your entire perception. They have started noticing something strange. Whenever they think of you, life begins aligning in ways they can't explain. They see signs, patterns, sudden reminders of you everywhere. It feels as though the universe is pushing them toward a confession they've avoided for far too long. They are realizing that the problem was never your appearance. It was their inability to handle the depth of love your presence awakens inside them. And now that this realization has settled into their heart, something massive is brewing in their soul. They are preparing, slowly, tremblingly, uncontrollably, to express what they feel. Their resistance is collapsing. Their fear is dissolving. Their heart is taking over. And when destiny finally pushes them to speak, their words will break every silence that has ever stood between you. Something huge is coming. Something life-altering, something that will redefine everything you thought you knew about this connection. Amen. Blessing 22:22. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you, and this part reveals the moment their heart finally surrendered, completely, uncontrollably, undeniably. Recently, they saw a picture of you, or maybe they saw you passing by, but this time, the reaction inside them wasn't fear, confusion, or hesitation. It was ache. A deep, soul-level ache that shook them so hard they had to sit down. Your appearance, the same one they once struggled to face, now feels like the only thing that steadies their heartbeat. They stared longer than they meant to. They felt emotions they couldn't contain. And in that moment, destiny whispered something they could no longer ignore: you are drawn to this person because they carry the face of your future. Their chest tightened. Their breath broke. And for the first time, they allowed the truth to hit them completely: they are in love with you, more than they ever wanted to be. Amen. Blessing 23:23. Their problem with your appearance has begun dissolving like mist in the morning sun. Now, instead of discomfort, they feel a strange mixture of longing and peace when they see you. They have started noticing tiny details about you: the way your eyes move, the softness in your expressions, the way your presence shifts the entire energy of a room. And every detail is carving itself deeper into their soul. They used to look away to hide their emotions. Now they look away because they're afraid you'll see just how strongly they feel for you. They are fighting tears when they think about you. They're feeling jealousy they don't know how to hide. They're imagining conversations, moments, touches that haven't even happened yet. And the universe is tightening its grip around their destiny, showing them signs, repeating your name in their thoughts, guiding them closer to a moment where silence will no longer be possible. Amen. Blessing 24:24. And now comes the revelation destiny has been holding for this exact moment. They have begun accepting the truth they avoided for so long. You look like the person they prayed for. Not perfect. Not idealized. But real. Honest. Powerful. Comforting. You carry the exact kind of beauty. The exact kind of presence they once believed they didn't deserve. This is why your appearance shook them. This is why they resisted. This is why they ran. You reminded them of a love they thought fate would never offer them again. But destiny doesn't care about their fears anymore. It is pushing, pulling, arranging, aligning, forcing them to confront the truth. They want you. Not secretly. Not silently. Not someday. Now. And very soon, they will take a step toward you that will change this connection forever. The silence is weakening. The confession is rising. And destiny is preparing the moment where everything becomes undeniable. Something huge is coming, stay ready. Amen. Blessing 25:25.